On this day, 25 years ago, the single most deadly terrorist attack in the bloody history of Northern Ireland's Troubles took place. 29 people were killed, including a woman pregnant with twins, when a huge car bomb exploded in the busy centre of the market town of Omagh in County Tyrone. No one has yet been criminally convicted of carrying out the atrocity, which was the work of dissident Republicans calling themselves the real IRA. It happened just months after the signing of the Good Friday Agreement intended to bring peace to Northern Ireland. Our correspondent, John Irvine, reported on the horrifying aftermath of the bombing. He went back to Omagh, a quarter of a century on, for this report.
The telephone warning mentioned this building, Omagh Courthouse, so naturally the police evacuated this end of the town's main thoroughfare. But the car containing the bomb was in fact parked 400 metres down the street, just short of this crossroads. It's exactly where people were sent for their own safety. "29 people were killed, more than 300 injured.
I would hear like the sirens and I would hear the screaming and I would hear that, but I've no sights, or I went unconscious straight away. So, and I didn't wake until 6.5 weeks later. So,
you were in a coma for 6.5 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember waking up from that?
I do. Well, I don't remember waking up. I remember I heard it on the radio. There's a radio on in being played in the background of intensive care, and I kind of, I know what happened.
I had the right leg below knee amputated.
Been having surgeries, so many times, and as I say, I have another surgery now to go through again before Christmas.
Bomb survivors and best friends Kate and Rachel marked this anniversary by fulfilling an ambition that dates back to 1998.
As young girls living, back then, you turn around, you want to do so many things. You want to travel, you want to do this, you want to do that, you want to do crazy things. And the parachute jump was one of them. And we'd actually discussed it that year.
This summer, flying in the face of 25 years of adversity, both of them completed their first ever skydive.
So I just closed my eyes before I jumped, and then once I was out, it was absolutely amazing. It was just a real sense of freedom.
Well, I did say I was going to bring a spare leg and kick her out of the plane if she didn't.
The Omagh bomb happened 4 months after the signing of the Good Friday Peace Agreement. The atrocity was an aberration because of the timing, the death toll, and the impact it had on all sides here. But the people killed or injured here did not die or suffer in vain. Instead of shattering a fragile peace agreement, the Omagh atrocity strengthened it. Ironically, the worst bombing of them all ended the Northern Ireland Troubles as we knew them.
Come and join us at the water.
In the dark days 25 years ago, many local people here felt compelled to act. One man did so by founding the Omagh Community Youth Choir. They've graced stages from Carnegie Hall to Glastonbury, their message being one of resilience and hope.
Since we lost you.
First time that they sang in harmony, it nearly broke my heart in many ways because it was so pure and sweet. And of course we were surrounded by such devastation at the time. It was a small glint of light at the end of a very dark tunnel.
The choir have been marking this anniversary, as of course have the relatives of the dead. This afternoon, at the exact time, they honoured their loved ones at the memorial that stands on the exact spot. With the benefit of 25 years hindsight, they now know that while the bloody atrocity that left them bereft was the worst of them all, it was also the last. John Irvine, ITV News, Omagh.